advice, some of the best self-help information, you can always tune into Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. That will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. from 3 to 4 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com/Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. If you want to hear Trooper Joe, you just go to blogtalkradio.com/Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. The best information, period. He helped my life, and I'm sure his advice can help yours. If you go to blogtalkradio.com/Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. So, I was on Park Ave today. Well, I was first at the lights at Shaw's at Gold Star Boulevard, right next to Starbucks, and I was proceeding towards WPI. So I'm headed down Park Ave, and I stop at that light right where Shaw's is, and I look to the left of me, and there's a female driving, a female driver, and she is looking down. She is on her phone. Before I act like I'm holier than thou, my phone was in my lap too, and I was just looking for a podcast I wanted to listen to while I was traveling from Greendale area side of the city to Main South. So the light turns green. I put my phone in its little holder in the dashboard so I can be hands-free, and we continue driving, and I'm driving, and I'm not paying attention to anything. As soon as I glanced to my left a little bit, I saw that poor woman slam into the back of a truck. She was okay. I did pull over. She was okay. Her car looked like it would have a hard time getting out of that situation. Maybe it was totaled. I mean, it was like fluid on the ground, like oil or antifreeze was on the ground coming out. So either way, the vehicle was not able to be driven from that point. I immediately, looked, and she was shaken up. But she was like, she was apologizing. I don't know how this happened. I'm so sorry and everything. But I knew just at the previous light she was on the phone. So my question is it more dangerous to be texting while driving than it is to be driving drunk? And hear me out because the question may sound simple-minded, but hear me out. I know people who have drank their entire lives and are some of the best drivers. I'm definitely not advocating driving while drunk. Please don't be a fool and get behind the wheel when you've had one too many to drink. Driving while texting to me seems a lot more dangerous because you're looking down at your phone. And looking down at your phone, which what seems like 2 seconds could end up being 20 seconds. For example, let's say I open my phone. First, I have to put my thumbprint to wait for it to unlock. We're at 3 seconds. Now I'm looking for the app. Like, let's say I want to get to my podcast app. Then I gotta hit the home screen, find out where it's at, hit on that, and then after I hit on that and the podcast screen loads up, I have to check to see if there's a new podcast episode of the podcast available. By the way, Truthit's podcast will be starting soon. Then you are looking for the episode of the podcast. Oh, the latest one. I listened to this one. Let me click on that one. Next thing you know, boom, you're in the back of a truck. Or even worse. Driving while texting is really, really dangerous. Driving while having a few too many. Driving drunk, hands down, is notorious in this country for being dangerous. But if you do get caught driving while texting, should the penalty be more severe? Because what if instead of hitting that truck that poor woman hit, what if she hit a bystander in a crosswalk? Should driving while texting be treated as driving under the influence? I would give this woman the L of the day if not for two reasons. Number one, I was in the car playing with my phone as well, and I just happened to be lucky or fortunate enough to know that, okay, the light's green, let me put the phone back in its phone holder while I continue to drive. She doesn't need the L of the day. Her car looked wrecked. And I know she's having I know her day is bad now. She don't need the L of the day. The question is, should you be charged with a DUI under the influence, driving while distracted? Should DWD be just as severe as DWI? Something to think about.
Hey, this your boy Truthit of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock shadow, and I hope you enjoyed what you just viewed. If you did, please take a moment to like and subscribe below. Just click right there, and I will see you next time. Like and share with your friends if you want. Anything helps. I'll holla.